Good morning, guys. Merry Christmas. Let's talk about the 5 games that happened on Christmas Day. The first game is the Knicks. They beat Cleveland at Garden, 124-126. And how about Donovan Mitchell, 34 points, 4 threes, and he was making crazy dunks, crazy threes. I mean, it's really fun to watch him play, but he's got to win something. He's always been on good teams historically. When he was on the Jazz, they'll be the number one team in the East right now. When he was, I think last couple years, they always made the playoffs. Um, Putting up good numbers, always good in the regular season. For him, it's about having some success in the playoffs. Darius Garland, 20 points, 10 assists, 3 threes. That's good. It's very, very good as well. Allen played just 23 minutes. He's really cooked this year. Mobley came back super early. Came off the bench, played 25 minutes, had 4 fouls. I don't know if he's rushing to get back. Um, they're fine without him. They got so many guys on this team. Like even Jalen Tyson can come in and be a starter, have 16 points and 6 rebounds in 20 minutes. Dean Wade, they keep starting him. This guy is never going to be fantasy relevant. Just not enough usage. And Sam Morrow hit 2 threes, 11 points. He could be a 3-point streamer. Great win by the Knicks. Jalen Brunson took 25 shots to get 34 points. He was actually pretty bad, minus 17. At least this game, played 39 minutes. They made this comeback a lot of major part because of Mitchell Robinson, even though his plus minus is 0. But he had 13 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. This guy is just an offensive rebound machine. Had a block as well. That's why he could be a rebound streamer, but that's all he is. He's not even gonna take any shots. Not even a field goal, just rebounds. Maybe 1 or 2 blocks. Jordan Clarkson, super good game here. 5 threes, 25 points. He's uber aggressive. The fact that he took 17 shots and Karl Anthony Towns only took 13. Cat, 14 rebounds and 2 steals. Again, in foul trouble, played just 27 minutes. Cat overall this year, he just hasn't really, on the season, he is the 24th ranked player. It's still not horrible if you drafted him in the first round or early second. And he played a lot of games too. Played 28 games, averaging 22 points and 12 rebounds. It's just too many games. He just doesn't. He ends up not doing much. But there'll be games he pops off, scoring 40 versus the Wizards. OG, just 8 points, and Mikal Bridges had 12 points, but added 2 steals and block, and Josh Hart had 15 points. Yeah, the Knicks, they just got too many guys, I think, that want to shoot. Like OG going, if he's on some other team, he could average 20 points easily. Mikal Bridges, same thing. Jordan Clarkson wants to score 15 a game, and you have Jalen Brunson and Cat. So offensively, they have so much firepower. So that's why you have, some of those third or fourth option guys, they're going to be inconsistent from time to time because they just don't get the ball. The next one, how about the Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder again? This is their third loss to the Spurs for Oklahoma City Thunder. They just have their number. And, yeah, I think the hype has died down quite a bit. They were like 25-1. And now, they're not going to go for the record now. But they're still a very good team. And if these two teams meet in the playoff, that's going to be a great series. And they match up really well. Just two super young teams. They got freaks on both sides. Well, on the Spurs got more freaks than OKC. OKC is just young and athletic, and they play super physical. But the guards and the guys on Spurs, they're not afraid. De'Aaron Fox, 29 points. He struggled a little bit before the break versus them. Only 8 points and big game here. 3 threes, and only in 33 minutes too. Stephon Castle, speaking of athleticism, this guy is a freak. 19 points, right, and 7 assists is okay. For him, really, fantasy is about efficiency. Can he hit free throws? Can he not turn the ball over too much? He had 4 turnovers here. Luke Cornett, he continues to start and have Wemby came off the bench. 26 points, that's okay. Wemby is a buy low in my opinion right now. He's coming off the bench. At some point, he's going to start and play 33 minutes. So, yeah, injury is always a concern with him. But, 19 points, 11, the numbers are okay, but definitely not good enough for a second pick right, for a first round player even. And in most drafts he's taken second. So far he has not delivered that. He's a fourth round player, so playing just 30 minutes. And if you just want him to be healthy, that's okay. Play 26 minutes. And this year, I think a big change for him this year is he's not taking as many threes. So the threes are dipping. It helps with his efficiency a little bit. He's still grabbing a lot of rebound, and the number of block shots he has, especially if he's not playing a bad team, right? That really, the block numbers really go down quite a bit this year. So far, he's still averaging 3 blocks, but yeah, it really, more and more teams are going away from him, so he's just not getting as many blocks. Devin Vassell goes 1 for 6. It doesn't matter. And Harrison Barnes had a decent one with 15 points and 3 threes. But the Spurs got a lot of good players. Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper. These guys are coming off the bench. They're not really fantasy relevant unless there's an injury. We look at OKC. Shea had a rough one, 7 for 19, right? There's not very Shea-like, but it's fine. They just need to play some easy opponents, and those guys are going to be putting up numbers again. And Jalen Williams, versus the Spurs, they kind of, a couple guys, if you cannot shoot, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, Caruso is supposed to be a okay three-point shooter, right? The defense is going to leave you open and just really pack the paint at the half court. So those guys, they got hit their shots. Chet Holmgren, just 10 points, but had 12 rebounds. But Wemby really owns Chet Holmgren. That matchup, it's not really close. Wemby just does everything better than Chet. So Isaiah Hartenstein, 12 rebounds, had an okay game, and Jalen Williams had 6 assists and 2 steals. It's okay. I wouldn't worry about any of these guys fantasy-wise. If anything, this, lose to the Spurs 3 times. It's probably a good thing long term. Lit a fire. It's better to happen during the regular season than, let's say, they play them in the playoffs. So yeah. The next game is the Warriors. They beat the Mavericks. And in typical fashion, AD played 11 minutes. He's probably going to be questionable next game, and he's probably going to play. But it's been a frustrating year for AD. Yeah. We had high hopes for him. He's getting drafted mid-first round. He's been injured a lot. And, even this year, whenever he played, he's averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 1.3 steals and 1.6 blocks. Those numbers are okay, but he's not hitting his free throws. He's not getting to the line as much either. So far, definitely underperforming. Like, if you want to buy low on AD, like, throw him like I'm trying to see like Michael Porter Jr. plus somebody else to get him, right? That's something. Kawhi Weir is ranked super high. Kawhi Weir plus, how about this trade? Kawhi Weir, if you got Kawhi Weir and then you got like somebody like I'm trying to see Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, if you got those 2 guys, I definitely do a 2-for-1 to try to get AD. Yeah. So, but who else has been performing really well? Who else has been performing well is Cooper Flag. If you ball low on this guy, congrats. He's been popping off. Flag on the season, where is he ranked? He's a 56 ranked player now. He's been averaging like over 20 points a game, and 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and we know he can get defensive stats. But of course, he missed 2 free throws here. He's supposed to be a decent free throw shooter. So far, he's still shooting 80% of the season, so it's good. PJ had a big one, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals and block. And then, if AD end up missing time, right, Narji and Marshall probably need to be picked up. He scores pretty efficiently. 5 for 14 here is pretty bad. But if AD is out, then somebody needs to take those shots. And how about Brandon Williams? This game, he got more time, but he was a -17, while Ryan Nembhard was a +5 in his 17 minutes. So those 2 guys, the minutes are going to be like, we don't know who's going to get more minutes. Max Christie had 13 points. Like, we could stream him, especially if AD is out. But now, they have him come off the bench. He still played 33 minutes. So for the Warriors, pretty easy game for them. Like nobody really played that well either. But Curry got 23 points, 2 threes. Jimmy Butler had 14 points, almost a triple double. So that's good. Draymond, there was some drama with Draymond again. Earlier this week, he just walked out mid-game. He still started, but -9, had 5 fouls. At this point of his career, Draymond Green could still have put up big numbers in big games where he gets like 3 steals and 3 blocks and a triple-double. And that could still happen. It just, most nights he's not. With Draymond, you kind of really want to pump points with Draymond because he really just doesn't. He's not even ranked. He's at 200 this year. But he still needs to be rostered just because, especially in category leagues. In points leagues, it's a different story. In category leagues, if you have specific team build, Draymond is super, super valuable. But you got to pound a couple categories. You got to pound points. You got to pound probably just points. That's the biggest thing because he give you threes. He give you everything else. All right. And Pojetzky came off the bench. If you want to stream him, sure, this week, right? The Warriors got a couple Christmas. It's already too late now because they just played in Christmas. All right, the next game is the Rockets. They beat the Lakers 119-1. The Lakers, even though they have a good record, their record versus good teams, they're just not locked in, I guess, defensively especially. KD, 25 points, 8 assists. It's good to see KD getting those assists this year. Right, he's still scoring efficiently. It's just the other numbers. Pretty balanced game from KD, really good actually. Jabari Smith had 2 steals and a block. Yeah, Lakers just have a lot of careless turnovers. Şengün had a big one in just 31 minutes, 14 points, 12 rebounds. But again, 6 turnovers is about efficiency for him. And his usage is super low here, just 7 shots. Tariq Eason got the start. Yeah, if he starts, no brainer. We gotta stream him. We gotta stream him. If next game he could, they could start Reece Shepard or someone else or Okogie. But if he plays 25 minutes a night, and he's been really good too, 4 steals and 2 blocks, a great defender. We know that. Amen Thompson, 26, but pretty balanced game. But we really need more defensive stats. And I get. Like when you put Amen Thompson on the other team's best player, he's just not gonna get. He's not gonna first of all go for as many steals and blocks. It's the same argument that you have for big men who play 20 minutes get 3 blocks, but when they play 35 they only get 1. You just cannot be as aggressive. So if you're a full-time starter, you just cannot be aggressive going for those defensive stats, which could explain Amen Thompson this year his lack of. Still 62nd ranked player, but 1.4 steals is still good, but not good enough for a second round player, or even third. For the Lakers, Austin Reeves played just 1 half, because he left the game again. Luka, below average game, 20. He was a -25. Luka was pretty bad, 6 turnovers, right? Missed a bunch of free throws too. LeBron had 18 points. As long as he's playing, we're happy. And DeAndre Ayton, really empty game, 10 points, 5 for 6. And Rui Hachimura, 0 for 6. Yeah, this is the problem when it's just the Laker role players. Because you throughout the game, you're really not going to touch the ball too much. So, especially we got Luka, LeBron, and AD, right? You just standing in the corner all the time. It's hard to find, getting in rhythm. But Rui's got to do better, I think. Your role. Like when everybody's healthy, you're not gonna get the ball much, so you gotta be ready. Like when you catch in the corner, you gotta make it. That's why you practice. You spend all the time practicing, right? So, but Rui's numbers have been very bad when everybody's healthy, so he's not fantasy relevant. Marcus Smart came off the bench, played 30 minutes. I can't see he was a -2. I can't definitely see Redick love playing Smart because the biggest problem with Lakers is just their defense. And we know Smart, whenever he's out there, he really put everything out there. So, all right, let's talk about the last game of the night. We have the Denver. This is a crazy game, by the way. Wild game. This game went overtime, 138-142, and everybody put up big numbers. Anthony Edwards, 44 points, but he was a minus 17. 5 threes, 3 steals, great. Randall, what a game from him. You know, he's been struggling versus a lot of teams. And Denver, their interior defense is kind of soft. Jokic just let you score almost all the time. So good to see him have a great bounce back game. Added 3 steals and block. Rudy, huge game, 6 blocks, 12 rebounds. Rudy has been playing super well last month. If you drafted him 80th and 90th, you're getting your money's worth. Dante DiVincenzo struggled, but still brought in. That's when you know he's a great fantasy player. 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals and block. He goes 0 for 7. If the shots were falling, that would be totally different. And Jaden McDaniels had 21 points and 2 blocks as well. And Naz Reid came off the bench at 13. Naz Reid is just the problem with him. A couple of things. He doesn't get the minutes, and he's just really inconsistent in fantasy and in real life too. Just it really depends on can he make the shots. Every time I look at his numbers, he's a big guy, but he shoots a lot of jump shots. But the crazy thing is he's a 75th ranked player in category leagues, playing just 27 minutes. And you look at his efficiency, pretty bad. 45 points from the field and 77% from the free throw line. But, obviously he doesn't turn the ball over. But, he's get you a steal, get you a block with 6 rebounds and 14 points. And most importantly, 2.33. So, in category leagues, he's not bad, but just pretty inconsistent. Bones Highland, 23 minutes. Yeah, everybody healthy, he just doesn't get the minutes. And then we look at Denver. Jokic, we don't really need to talk about him. It's ridiculous. 22 for 23 from the free throw line. This year, the gap between him and second pick, Wemby for sure the gap is. Even just between him and Shea, the value difference is crazy. It's honestly crazy. Added 2 blocks as well, yeah. Jamal Murray this year also been stepping up, 11th ranked player. I would try to sell high. On Jamal. If I can get Devin Booker for Jamal Murray, I would still do it. If I can get him for Anthony Edwards right now or James Harden, he is obviously playing super well this year. 50% from the field and 89% from the free throw line, and he's got something to prove. So some of the counting numbers might be sustainable, but I just like the other guys a little bit more, and the other guys they're like first option. Well, in Harden's case, he provides in so many different other categories than Jamal Murray. A lot of Jamal Murray's value right now is the efficiency. He's shooting 50%. If that drops, right, he doesn't get you a lot of defensive stats. He doesn't give you a lot of assists, even though this year he's averaging 7, which is very good for him. Tim Hardaway Jr. could be a 3-point streamer. Another thing this year is Denver is pretty deep, right? They have a couple injuries, but that's fine. They got Bruce Brown. Tim Hardaway Jr. can come in. Peyton Watson can play 42 minutes. He had 3 steals. He's a great defender. Gets you a lot of defensive stats. And even Spencer Jones. They're giving him huge minutes too. So, yes. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.